Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Rita's Book Club. This week I'm reviewing Tough Guy by Rachel Reid. This is the third book of the Game Changer series, and I've been very curious to read this one since we got a few glimpses of Ryan's friendship with Elia. It really felt like there was so much more to him, and I wanted to know his story. Pro Oki star Ryan Price may be an enforcer, but off the ice he struggles with anxiety. Recently traded to the Toronto Guardians, he is determined to make a fresh start in the city's dynamic LGBTQ village. The last thing he expects is to stumble upon in his new neighborhood is a blast from his past in the fabulous form of Fabian Sala. Aspiring musician Fabian loathes hockey, but that doesn't stop him from being attracted to a certain burly, ginger-headed, bearded defenseman. He hasn't forgotten the kiss they almost shared back in high school, and it's clear the chemistry between them has only intensified. Fabian is more than happy to be Ryan's guide to the gay scene in Toronto, between dance clubs and art exhibits and the most amazing sex. Ryan's starting to feel something he hasn't experienced in a long time, joy. But playing the role of the heavy on the ice has taken its toll on his body and mind, and the future with Fabian may mean hanging up his skates for good. It was so nice to finally be able to read these two love stories. As I said in the beginning of the video, I was always very curious about Ryan and his role in the universe created by Rachel because he seems so sweet and misunderstood. I really loved how Elia, as always, was always on his side and was able to see something different about him. I gotta be honest and say that this isn't my favorite book of the series so far, but I really liked it, and now we truly understood what was going through Ryan's mind about hockey and himself. He was filled with crippling anxiety and he was just so insecure, but he had a few reasons to be like that. It was so important to see him look at hockey and how toxic it was becoming for him. The sport that he once loved became so much more complicated due to the role he had to play on the ice. I'm glad that he had Fabian and a new supportive system. I was also really impressed by the fact that Ryan never hid his sexuality and that by the end of the book he was able to stand up for himself. I also really loved Fabian. I loved how he had a connection to the sport, but he hated everything that was connected to it. He saw the toxicity of it all and how they weren't really actually supportive of different people. I think that he was a bit blinded by the hate and wasn't able to end these misconceptions of it and the players. So I liked how Ryan was able to also change that and to show him a different side of the game and how not everybody was the same. And them together were just so cute. It felt like a tense relationship in the beginning due to Ryan's insecurities, but Fabian didn't give up on him and making him feel wanted. Their connection and chemistry was always there from the beginning, and it made their romance become solid. My only complaint is that they didn't see the truth of their love quicker. I also really liked Fabian's group of friends. I loved how honest and funny they were with Fabian, but also how they just embraced Ryan into their group as one of them. I especially loved the brunch moments they had. It really felt like a second family that Ryan and Fabian found, and that's always a plus, in my opinion. Now, I fully understand. I also fully understand the obsession with Wyatt. Don't get me wrong, I was already convinced that he was the best with the long game, but I fell in love with him and his personality. He was just a sweetheart and funny guy and was always there for Ryan. So it was so amazing to have him as a side character that was able to steal the spotlight whenever he was on the page. Really love him, and I can't wait for us to get more about him in the new Olanov book that we will have. And finally, I needed to speak about Ilias' cameo. He definitely has the best and most surprising moments in every book he appears in, but in this one I just cried a lot. I'm not gonna spoil anyone and say what happened, but it was so nice to see him be there for Ryan no matter what. He truly shows us how attuned he always is with everyone that surrounds him. So I'm very glad that Ryan had a good friend like him around. So I already finished Common Goal and started reading The Role Model, and I'm so excited to know more about Troy and Aries' love story. Next month, I will probably do my review of Eric's and Kyle's book. As always, you can like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at ritasbookclub for more content. Thanks for watching. I see you next week. Happy readings.